Namaste. Today we have very special guest in our studio, the Nobel laureate Honorable Kailash Satyarthi. I am very glad to take his interview in this studio. So I hope you can enjoy with his interview. Thank you.
मैं जानना चाहूँगा कि आपको कैसे क्या चीज़ ने इंस्पायर किया इस मोमेंट में आने के लिए. I want to remember those earlier day when you were never thought about to come this sector. What particular incident inspired you to come lead to this moment?
Actually, it begins from the very first day of my schooling. When I went to school at the age of 5 and 5.5, I saw a boy my age, 5 or 6 year old, sitting outside the school. He was a cobbler boy. And it was quite shocking for me to see a boy sitting outside and not with me in my classroom. So that has struck me, and then I asked my teacher that why he is not in school. I also asked to my parents and other friends. Everybody tried to convince me that they are poor children, they go to school, they go to work, not to school. It's quite common, they cannot afford. One day I gathered all my courage and asked to the father of the boy, cobbler, sitting alongside. And he said that, Babuji, हम तो काम करने के लिए पैदा होते हैं. We are born to work. And that was even shocking for me that some people are born to work and some people like me are born to go to school and dream to become engineers, doctors, professors and so on. And that made me angry. And since then I refused to accept that some children are born to work and some children are born to rule the economy and polity and society. That is unacceptable. But those days child labor was a non-issue. I kept on helping poor children. I kept on working as a student leader in the youth and student movement for democracy and civil rights and so on. But later on I gave up my career as an electrical engineer. I studied electrical engineering. I taught in the university for about a year and a half. And then I finally gave up. So when I gave up, child labor was a non-issue. India did not have any domesticated law, and neither there was any research or any documentation or any NGO or any individual, any paper, any media, nothing. So my fight began with almost zero.
Okay. When was that?
That was in 1981. So since 1981 I have been working on this issue for almost 36 years, 35 years.
Well, you said that the particular incident of the cobbler boy inspired you. So particular, where from the inspiration comes for the normal people like us? What could be the source of inspiration? Where from it comes? How we can generate it?
Inspiration can come from your own family teachings. Sometimes it comes from your knowledge about the society and then react. Sometimes it comes through the incidents you face in your life, in your personal life as well as in social life. But it's a feeling. When you start feeling for others and wanted to bring about some change, if something is wrong, then that inspiration or that feeling becomes a transformative feeling or a movement which can transform the society to repair those wrongs to right. So there could be several sources of inspiration, but eventually this inspiration has to be translated into action.
Right. So thank you, sir. It's very inspiring talk.
Thank you.
So we would like to thank you on behalf of all community radios, and I hope we'll have next meeting.
Thank you.